Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jana. I'm a mother of 2 small children and founder of the Natural Women's Council. And like the rest of you here today, I've come to the unfortunate realization that we've all been placed in an abusive relationship with the Irish government. Ireland holds a very special place in the hearts and the imagination of the world. Ireland is more than just another European country. I can tell you from personal experience, having lived here for over 20 years, that the Irish are the most welcoming, funny, charming people you could ever meet. Irish people are not hate-filled, racist, bigots, homophobes, or any other label. Irish media tries to gaslight you with. It's a sacred duty of all of us who cherish this land, whether natives or guests, to realize that we are in great danger. Mass immigration is one of the most pressing issues facing Ireland. We don't need a poll to see that Ireland has taken in far too many migrants. I visited Newtown, Kennedy last week. I had the opportunity to standing up against mass immigration to protect their community. The Garda put up a barricade stopping these locals from walking down their own road. Locals have to go through a police checkpoint to go to and from their home. And the local GAA club has been blocked off by the Garda, so communities cannot even gather at the pitch for the Irish sport they know. What we witnessed in Newtown, Kennedy, when the riot squad used brute force, batons, and pepper spray against peaceful protesters, this was a turning point for Irish people. There can be no doubt in anyone's mind that the state and their agents are hell-bent on mass immigration into our communities against the will of all you good, decent people, and they will use whatever means they can to make this happen. We also witnessed on mainstream television that Irish people opposing mass immigration being referred to as terrorists. We can see the trajectory of where this is going, but they will fail. The fools, the fools, the fools. Have the Irish government not learned from history that repression breeds resistance? And I commend the people in As the founder of a women's rights and child protection group, the Natural Women's Council, the evidence is so clear, which is why it is so assiduously ignored. The stats speak volumes. In Sweden, foreign-born individuals represent a disproportionate percentage of rape convictions. And in Germany, foreigners are 12% of the population, yet 67% of violent gang rapes. This is not racism, these are facts. What is the call to action? We must stop the EU Migration Pact. It will further exasperate Ireland's immigration crisis. Denmark and Ireland are the only 2 countries. Denmark and Ireland are the only 2 countries that have the legal right to opt out of these mass immigration policies. I also call upon our Garda here. I had an opportunity to speak to 2 Garda at Newtown, Kennedy. I read those Garda their oath. I reminded them that they orders from a political party. So if there's any party here, you need to do your job. Taking orders is not good enough. I'll wrap up in 2 minutes. I'm shaving myself. I say to hell with the propaganda spinning these so-called international obligations. We have more than paid our price. The last crisis we had was the banking collapse, where Irish people took 42% of the overall EU debt. We have more than paid our price.
Yeah, I know.
So you've all heard of the Irish way, but we're not dead yet. Far from it. Let's call for the great Irish awakening. So we have learned, and I'll wrap up by saying that the politicians are saying that the Irish people need to learn their lesson when they do this no-blame COVID review. But what I'm saying to those notorious Irish politicians is the Irish people learned one thing, and that is that you cannot have democracy without accountability. So here's a message loud and clear from this Irish government. We demand accountability for the mass we demand accountability for the mass immigration policies wreaking damage across the country. We demand accountability for the 40 billion euros you wasted during COVID when Sweden had no lockdowns. We demand accountability for the lives of our brothers and sisters who were injured, who continue to lose their lives prematurely, arising from the abject failure of government policy. We demand accountability for the sexualization and the indoctrination of our innocent children are being sexualized in state-sponsored child abuse in our schools. And please visit naturalwomenscouncil.ie to see the campaigns and the new series Storytime for the Irish Nanny, so you can see what your children are being taught. And we demand accountability for the hundreds of Irish children who were sent across to the Tavistock to be given irreversible puberty blockers, cross-sex hormones, and mutilation surgery. And finally, we demand accountability for the secretive attempts underway where this week on Wednesday, the Irish government are meeting to talk about the anti-democratic WHO treaty where they plan to sign away our freedoms and sovereignty to the unelected body. And if we're unhappy with immigration, let me tell you, the WHO treaty includes health, immigration, education, food, farming, agriculture, climate, every aspect of life on Earth. We're not hearing about that, and this is the loudest noise we need to make against the WHO treaty.